Hello and welcome back to Superweek TV. My name is Jomar Reyes from the Brand Leadership Community, your host for this episode. Now, Superweek is an amazing experience. For the first timers, it can be quite overwhelming. so today I have with me two special first-timer guests, Kübra and Milo. And they are going to share with us their experiences of Superweek. You know, you only go to Superweek for the first time once, right? Yes. That's the theory. That was a joke, by the way. So it's really important that, you know, that first experience is, you make the most of it because, you know, so yeah. But let's start with you, Kübra. What was the experience compared to your expectations?
My expectations was also like quite high because last year one of our colleague, he was here, Camille, and he talked about it a lot, and we were like, oh my God, I should be also there. And I went to my lead and please let me also like make me also go there. Yeah. My expectations were also high because I heard a lot, but I could say it was like what I got is even above my expectations. It was great.
Yeah, and for you, Milo, you've heard of Superweek. I mean, you're probably annoying to hear about it from all of us for many years in your career.
Yeah, I mean, it was Superweek is one of like my bucket list conferences, and I never thought that I would be able to check that off that box, like so early in my career, like 2 years, but still that's as early in my mind. So, I mean, I just feel very fortunate and kind of blessed, I guess, to be here, and expectations were again really high. Like 2-3 hours in, I was like just enamored and in awe, and that feeling hasn't really settled since. Yeah.
So Kübra, what's going to be, I suppose, your biggest takeaway from this experience?
I would say seeing all the people alive. That
better than the alternative, right?
I learned the analytics from, you know, a lot of people here. I was already like following their contents, like on LinkedIn. I know the names and they are amazing, and I learned the analytics from them. And now I am in the same room with them, so it was like this is the biggest.
Oh wow, bit of star power, yeah.
Yeah, it is very like exciting. I feel very lucky to be here also, like same at this stage of my career. Yeah. It is great.
Yeah, and what about what's been your biggest takeaway?
I mean, first of all, I can just like agree. Like for instance, my team back home at my company Conversionista are working with Sivash Kanani's Looker Studio template, Watson, and I was gonna miss out on like this session today actually, and they had some questions about it. And I was like, but Sivash is actually here. I can just ask him, and so I did. And that was like just like super cool. Again, like meeting people that you look up to, right? And especially if you're kind of early into it, you get a bit nervous, like, am I even worthy of being here and talking to these people? But like those worries get settled so quickly because people talk to each other like, I mean, we're peers. It doesn't even matter at what stage in your career you are.
Yeah.
And I feel, so I feel even more lucky to be in this community now that I've been here.
Yeah, no, that's great. And Kübra, what's some of the things that you would recommend someone to prepare themselves before coming here?
Yeah, I was lucky that I had someone already who was here and he gave us very nice tips, tricks. But maybe it was like because of like my first time, I didn't want to like miss out any session, and I forced myself to like see all of the sessions. And then, yeah, of course, like a lot of input in the like very short time, and you don't have time to like digest. And then at the end of the day, I was like, my battery was a little bit like low, and I think, yeah, I made a mistake maybe to have all my energy already consumed during the day, and not too much energy left for the networking, socializing, actually like talking these people, like you are in the same room. I am very excited, and I ask myself, okay, did you spend really like enough time with them, like in person?
Yeah.
So maybe this was a little bit like I can recommend for the people who is like planning to come like for the first time. Maybe they can find a little bit balance of, between like it is also great to like talk to these people and like in person, and of course it is great to see them on stage, but also like backstage.
And that's one of the unique things of Super Week in our industry. There are a few similar in the sense that you are away for up to 5 days in a hotel on top of a mountain in Hungary, you know.
Yeah.
So we're all here together for 5 days, like one big family, right? And the whole fact that you can find a comfortable corner somewhere to talk to someone one-on-one, or they're at the bar talking, and everyone is approachable, right? I hope that you found that.
Yes, that's for sure. Yeah, I was just like waiting for my like colleague to like for having, it was lunch or dinner, I don't remember, and because I was only like for a few seconds alone, someone approached me, hey, you are alone, you just come and join us in our table, and it was
nice.
so sweet.
Yeah. That's fantastic. The other tip that you can do is just find a big table and sit there, and people will come, and that's just then it's you always say hello, how are you? Yeah. Milo, what would be some of your tips there? In hindsight?
Oh, I mean, I think I did like a lot of prep. Like I went through all of the speakers and their topics. I prepared questions and really like, I guess in a way it would be a good prep for me to kind of decide which sessions I wanted to go on. But once I got it, I was like, I got to go to everything because everything I read about, about them was really interesting.
Yeah.
A tip in that case would be, I mean, we're here in Hungary. Again, it's a lot of sessions, a lot of networking. As you mentioned, like find time to decompress. There are saunas here. You can go swimming. You can like spa treatments. I took a walk this morning. Really beautiful sunrise. Find those little moments. Because even if you're with your family for 5 days, you need some decompression time. Let's be honest.
No, exactly. And to just talk a bit about those facilities, there's a sauna, there's a spa, there's the pool, and I met your colleague in the sauna on the first morning that I was here. So
I heard about it.
So that was great, and it's great. It's
so
like
that's where all the networking happens. Okay, we've been missing out. Okay.
Networking happens, and just So that was really great to do that, and as you said, really use the facilities because we are human. We need to decompress, right? We need to be able to absorb things. We need to rest our minds and take it all in to give the energy for the next rounds as well. But that resting can be done with your new friends and colleagues that were once your heroes, right? And that's the great things. If there's one person that has inspired you, you can go for two if you find them. What's Kübra? What is someone that's inspired you? And they might have not even been on stage. They could have been hosting some TV show, for example. And I'm joking.
There are a lot. Like I cannot only say one person, of course, because everyone is so inspiring. But if I should name one person, I also talked to him like in person, Fred. His last
Fred Pike,
session inspired me like a lot, and this like being in progress, and because they are so experienced, so like in the analytics, like they are way above, like on the top. Maybe I don't know if this is the like word here, but it was so inspiring to see him. Also, he had the same feelings I'm having right now. So it was great and so inspiring. And I also went to him and I said, I hope to see you again. Like I hope to like anywhere, maybe here in next Superweek, to meet him again. It was so nice to also connect with him. And there are more, of course, but I can name Fred.
Yeah. And what about you, Milo?
I couldn't agree more there. I think his talk is also very fresh in our minds. Just like some key takeaways there being like progress, not perfection. And just, I mean, the whole talk being about imposter syndrome, which I think especially like if you're early on in your career, you have an abundance of. So that was like I felt lighter after his presentation, which was really, really cool. Elena from Monks had a session on like green analytics and how we can do better as data practitioners to create a more sustainable world, like active, like actionable tips that we can actually do and have like a great an impact. I was really excited for it. It was amazing. And as I mentioned, Siavash Kanani, bit of a hero of mine as well. David Vallejo, for instance, today as well with debugging. So meeting the people that you have looked up to for a long time and not getting disappointed in the slightest, neither by their presentations nor them in person. Yeah, I'm just, really, really happy.
Yeah, sounds like you've gone through the whole program there.
Yeah, I literally did.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was only here for Krista's session at the end of Wednesday and then yesterday and today. So
yeah.
Next time, hoping for all 5 days.
Yeah. That would be great. So, so Kübra, what will you do differently from when you get back to your office? What is there anything that's changed in your work, your mind, your plans to do something because of these 5 days?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm looking forward to actually to like I had a lot of ideas like during the sessions you can relate to your like daily work, and I definitely there are some people that I definitely want to also take some of their courses or like again also use their methods in my daily work. And I will need some time to digest all this input. It was a lot, and I will need it to like the time to digest and also implement it in my daily work. But yeah, I had a lot of new ideas, like all from this like sessions and what the other people are doing. It is great actually. So, and it is like, I think the difference here, you sometimes go to conferences, you hear always the things that you already know or already like out there. But here I heard a lot of new things that I didn't know like about, and I heard for the first time, and this is so inspiring. And definitely when I go back, I think I will implement this learning directly into my work.
Yeah. And what about you, Milo?
Oh, I have like an action plan here.
Why am I
the
not
first one just
surprised?
being summarizing everything. And we talked earlier about like there was a lot of things that, again, like are completely new and kind of outside of maybe my scope. But I know I have team members who would be so interested in this. So what I want to do is, of course, like summarize for myself, because it's a lot to take in, but also summarize for my colleagues, because I know that there's some amazing ideas here that I would love to see my colleagues experiment with as well. Maybe like re-listening to Fred Pike's session a few times as well, just to kind of really let it seep in about the pasta syndrome stuff.
Yeah. And I suppose it's over, and this is. Have you managed to find people that you're going to be in touch with in the future? Is there?
Definitely, I found him. We plan to maybe, this year maybe he will come to Berlin.
Yes, hopefully,
for Measure Camp, and maybe I
Keep
also
me in the
meet you in Malmö. One of the persons, and there are also more.
Yeah. And what about you, Mel? Anyone off the stage that you've connected with that?
Oh yeah, I guess a KPI of Superweek would be like the number of new connections on LinkedIn, and of course, but that doesn't really mean anything, right? It's just numbers. But but I mean, the one I guess downside to our community and maybe a conference like this is like there are people from many different countries, which is amazing. But it also means that we won't really see them in person that often. But what I do love is I remember from when I went to Measure Camp Stockholm for the first time, I knew no one except my own colleagues. And the next year around, people are, oh, I saw you last year. And we hadn't seen each other for a whole year, but we remember each other. And I think that's the same thing here as well. Like next time we're here, people are gonna like remember us. We're gonna pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't really have an opportunity to like really reconnect throughout the year. Really hoping for Berlin though and Malmö though in our case.
I will let you know.
But I still feel like it's not like there are like lost connections because of time either.
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. Now let's go into a hypothetical into the future. And you're ready, and you're going to pitch to Solly your Superweek talk.
Oh God.
Kübra, what? Give us an idea what we have to look forward to.
It's a hard question. I don't know, like, maybe you go first if you have any idea.
I mean,
I don't have any idea.
still have a bit of like an old passion project with accessibility, and I would love to spend more time on accessibility and data visualization. But I also have a new kind of a sort of newfound love for like data strategy, for instance, or data governance, and those were two kinds of topics that were really prevalent during the Superweek. So I feel maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. But it's something that, you know, I mean, I've been telling Solly for the last 2 or 3 years, I've got my talk ready, here it is. Yes, but it is that next step, I think, that we should be aiming for, right? I think you're taking that journey. Now, Kübra, you've had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten you yet.
No pressure.
I haven't forgotten you yet. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, this could be also, because this is something that in my mind, like stick in my mind, asking the whys. It was also the Matthew's session because this is also something that I want to improve myself in asking whys, asking questions, but also maybe it can be in a direction asking how the whys to the stakeholders, because it changes
that's
from
fantastic.
stakeholder
Yeah.
to stakeholder. Yeah, this can be something, because this is something that I will be focused on in next months.
Yes.
This can be.
And I think that's a fantastic angle, because one of the things that I've seen is that to be asked for numbers is one thing, or data is one thing, but to really push back and ask, why do you need it? And to be able to provide more of your value into your stakeholders, not just requesting data out. And I think that's one of the things that I've covered a lot in a lot of my talks is it's, you know, asking why before you ask the what and the how.
It saves you a lot of time to mistakes.
Yeah,
by asking the right questions
and
right
better
away.
quality at the end as well.
Yeah.
So it is the painful, but that's a brilliant. So no one's allowed to steal that topic, just so you know, because it's now recorded.
Yes.
On Superweek TV,
That's
both of you guys. It's booked in for 2026, 27, yeah. I think you'll have a good position after this episode. Yeah.
I love how you like started about talking about like how kind of overwhelming Superweek can be, and then you're making us like decide on future talks right now.
Yeah. Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People begin with the end in mind, right? Or the milestone in mind, and I think that's the other thing. So, but I think it's absolutely fantastic and refreshing to hear your feedback. I do remember my first time, and it was mega overload. I do work with data. I do work also with marketing and with brand and product now as well. So it is still overwhelming to see what we see here. So I think it's great that you guys have made the trip. I think it's even greater and more amazing that you've taken the seats here, because I know that it's probably, you know, it's not a small ask to share. So in that way, I'm really grateful to you both for taking the time and the courage to share.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's it for now, and I think this is the final episode of Superweek TV, and thank you once again. So thank you everyone for watching our Superweek TV episodes for 2025. There's also a great back catalogue on the YouTube page. Make sure you follow that. Also, make sure you follow Superweek on LinkedIn, and don't just watch us here on the camera. get yourself along, make sure you come here. And we'll be crossing over the stage. My name's Jomar from the Brand Leadership Community. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in person sometime soon. Thank you. See you all.